Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Srimad Bhagavatam overview class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नित्यनामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. We are discussing from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and last time we discussed the very heart-wrenching, sad, pastime of Krishna leaving the forest, leaving the Vrindavan, and how all the gopis, they were lamenting and they were so very uh, in anxiety that, oh, now Krishna is going and he'll not return. And then we saw how Krishna, when he went along with Akrura, Krishna and Balram, Akrura entered the Yamuna river to do his uh, morning duties, and he saw a vision. He saw Krishna inside the water, although he was sitting on his chariot also. And to confirm, he came out and he saw Krishna and Balram are still sitting on the chariot. Again went down and he saw Anantashesh, most beautifully decorated with various ornaments, helmets, being worshipped by Siddhas, Charanas, Gandharvas, Vidyadharas. He saw Krishna lying on the bed of Anantashesha. And the beauty of Krishna is described, how he is wearing very beautiful ornaments, Kaustubha Mala and Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, and all the various devotees, they are serving him, offering their prayers. Nanda and Sunanda are there, then Brahmaji, Lord Shiva, and then Narad Muni, Prahlad, all the Prajapatis, they are there offering beautiful prayers. And he became so very overwhelmed, he started developing symptoms of ecstasy. His hair started standing on end, started having tears of ecstasy. He bowed down in front of the Supreme Lord and started offering prayers. So the chapter 40 is entitled The Prayers of Akrura. So in this chapter, Akrura, after having the darshan of Lord Krishna, is offering beautiful, beautiful prayers. So in the 9 processes of devotional service, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. So of these 9 limbs, Vandanam, offering prayers, heartfelt prayers. Akrura is the epitome of that. Just like Shukdev Goswami is the epitome of Kirtan. Parikshit Maharaj is Shravanam. Similarly, Akrura is the emblem of Vandanam. He is the personality who has perfected this limb of devotional service, Vandanam, offering prayers. So he offers his prayers very beautifully, systematically, which can be classified into Sambandha and Abhidheya. So Shukadeva Goswami, he describes how Akrura is offering prayers. Akrura, he says, "O my Lord, I bow down unto you. You are the cause of all causes. You are the one who is Supreme Lord Narayan. From your lotus navel, a lotus flower comes out. On that flower, Lord Brahma is born. All the 24 elements of creation, the 5 gross elements, the tanmatras, the subtle elements, everything is coming from you, O my Lord. And along with that, the presiding deities, the 10 sense devatas, they have come from you." And then he says that although all these material elements are coming from you, but still you are transcendental to all these. You are not affected by any of these material elements. You are not affected by the modes of material nature. You are beyond the modes. And even Brahmaji cannot understand you. This is the recurrent theme which comes in Bhagavatam. Many of the devotees, they always keep telling that no one can understand you, O my Lord. No one can count your glories. One devotee went to Prabhupada and said, "Prabhupada, you have already told many times that you cannot understand Krishna. So if we cannot understand Krishna, then why you have written so many books?" Prabhupada said, "To make you understand that you cannot understand Krishna, I have written these books." So Krishna's glories are unlimited. Even Krishna cannot count his own glories. It is said that one can count the rays of the sun. One can count the grains of the sand. One can count the snowflakes. But still one cannot count the glories of the Lord. Qualities of the Lord are unlimited. Gunatmanaste api gunan vimatum hitavatirnasya kaishirasya kalena yairvai vimita sukalpai bhupam sava khemihika dyubhasya. In due course of time, one may count these qualities, these elements, sand, sun rays, snowflakes, but they cannot count the qualities of the Lord. Lord Ananta is counting, he's describing the glories of the Lord since time of the beginning of creation. Still, he has not come to an end. That is the glory of the Lord. Nantam vidamyahamami muniyograjaste maya balasya purushasya kuto varaye gayan gunan dashashatanan adideva sheshodhunapi samavastanasya param. Nobody can understand. Lord Shesha, with his thousands of mouths, he is glorifying. He has not come to an end. And then, he describes how there are various people, there are various processes of worshipping the Lord, but ultimately, all the worship goes to the Supreme Lord only. You are the source of all the worship. You are the destination of all the worship. He describes about the Sankhya philosophers first. He says, the yogis, they worship you, O my Lord, in the form of this material elements. That is a Sankhya philosophy. The Sankhya philosophers, they count the material elements and ultimately they come up to the 26th element, that is super soul. And he says that Brahma is worshipping you as the Mahapurusha. You are the Adideva of all the material elements. And then he describes the path of karma. He says, Brahmanas, they are worshipping you by chanting so many Vedic mantras, which are mentioned in the Vedas. The 3 Vedas are there, and Brahmanas, they are chanting so many mantras by performing fire sacrifices for the Devatas. Actually, they are worshipping you only, O my Lord. So Lord may say, but they are worshipping Indra and Varuna, not me. Why you are telling that they are worshipping me? Akrura says, oh my Lord, whatever forms these Brahmanas are worshipping, they are actually coming from you. Therefore, they are worshipping you only. So therefore, last verse describes the Sankhya. This verse is describing how karma yogis, karmis, the followers of karma, they also worship Supreme Lord only. And then he describes the followers of jnana. He says the jnanis are also actually worshipping you only, O my Lord. There are people who renounce all the material activities and they perform the sacrifice of philosophical investigation to worship you. That is the work of jnanis. That is the path of philosophical speculation. Try to understand the Lord. Akrura says, actually, they are worshipping you only, O my Lord. And then he describes the Vaishnavas. He says, but, O my Lord, apart from all these type of worshippers, there are others whose intelligence is pure. That means others' intelligence was not pure. The Jnanis and the Yogis, their intelligence is not pure. But the Vaishnavas, their intelligence is pure. And they follow the instructions of Vaishnava scriptures. And what they do? They absorb their mind in thoughts of you. So this is very, very important. That is called the process of abhideya. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji maham namaskuru. We have to engage our mind in the thoughts of Krishna. Whatever we are doing in our Krishna consciousness, if our mind is not in that, then it is just a show. The various activities, our chanting, our reading, our hearing, our seva, if mind is not in that, then it is just an external show. So therefore, these Vaishnavas, they absorb their minds in your thoughts, O my Lord, and therefore they worship you as the Supreme. And then he describes about Shaivites. He says, there are others who worship the Supreme Lord in the form of Lord Shiva. And they follow their path to serve Lord Shiva. But, all these various types of processes which people are following, ultimately, they worship you only, O my Lord, by all these processes. Sarva eva yajanti tvam sarvadeva maheshwaram yepyanya devata bhakta yadyapyanya dhiya prabho. So this is a very, very important verse. So Akrura is saying, Sarva eva yajanti tvam. Oh my Lord, either one is a Ashtanga Yogi, either one is a Jnani, either one is a Vaishnava or a Shaivite or a Karmi. They are actually yajanti tvam. They are worshipping you. Sarva Deva Maheshwaram, you are the embodiment of all the demigods. In fact, Yepyanya Devata Bhakta, similar line comes in Bhagavad Gita also. Yepyanya Devata Bhakta yajante shraddhayanvita tepi mameva kaunte yajanti avidhi purvakam. We'll discuss that. So Akrura is saying, Yepi anya devata bhakta, even those who are worshipping other devatas, yadyapi anya dhiya prabho, they have turned their attention away from you, but actually they are worshipping you only. So it is described in the purport there, that the idea is that even those who are worshippers of the devatas, they are actually worshipping the Supreme Lord. But their worship is imperfect. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mama vartamanu vartante manushyaha partha sarvashaha. Whatever path people are following, they are actually my path. They are following my path. What is the meaning of all people are following my path? Because different people are going on different paths. Krishna is saying, but every path is ultimately coming to me only. Because ultimately, whatever people are getting attracted to, that is a manifestation of Krishna's potency. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam shrimad urjitam evava tattad evavagachatvam mama tejo amsha sambhavam. Whatever splendorous and opulent things you see in this world, Arjuna, they are coming from me. So whatever things people are getting attracted to, they are actually getting attracted to Krishna only. But the problem is, this attraction will not connect to Krishna. The manifestation is Krishna's expansion, but the attraction to that manifestation will not connect a person to Krishna. So therefore we have to understand which manifestation, which opulence we should get connected to. And then he gives an example. Yathadri prabhavan adhyah parjanya purita prabho vishanti sarvata sindhum tadvatvam gattayo antatah. Just like rivers, they are born from the mountains. Adri prabhava, they are born from the mountains, all the rivers, and they are filled by the rain, and ultimately they go towards the ocean. Similarly, all these paths, either a yogi or a jnani or a karmi or a shaivite, they're ultimately, all these paths are going to you only. Lord may say, if Devata worship is worship of me, then why the worshipper is not coming to me? Obvious question. If Devata worship is also worship of Krishna only, so then why the worshipper is not coming to Krishna? Akrura says, actually, the worship goes to you, but the worshipper does not attain you. Now, this is very interesting. Worshipper will stay at that place only. Worship will reach Krishna. As Bhagavad Gita says, Yapanya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvita tepi mameva kaunteya yajanti avidhi purvakam. They are worshipping me in a wrong way. Why they don't come to me? Because they are worshipping me in a wrong way. What is wrong in that? Because they don't accept me as the Bhokta and Prabhu. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhurevacha. They are not accepting that. That's why they are not reaching to Krishna. And also Krishna has said, Yanti deva vrata devan pitrini yanti pitri vrata bhutani yanti bhutejya yanti madhyajinopi mam. If you worship devatas, you will go to devatas. If you worship pitris, you will go to pitris. If you worship bhutas, you will go to their place. If you worship me, you will come to me. So the worshipper never reaches Krishna. The worshipper reaches the planet of the Devata or whatever form they are worshipping. Worship reaches Krishna. Krishna may say, if that is so, then why everybody is not worshipping me? Brahma says, because, O my Lord, people are entangled in the three modes of material nature. And because of that, they are covered by different natures. And this is affecting everybody from Brahma down to the insignificant creatures. And then he says, Oh my Lord, in order to attain you, I am offering you respects. And because I know that you show mercy only to your devotees, therefore I am offering my respects to you. Tubhyam namaste tva avishakta drishtaye sarvatmane sarvadhiyam cha sakshine guna pravahoyam avidyaya kritaha pravartate devanitriryagatmasu. So Brahmaji is praying, Tubhyam namaste, I offer my obeisances unto you, O my Lord. You are avishakta drishtaye, you have a equal vision. Samoham sarva bhuteshu, you are having an equal vision. You are there as super soul in everyone's heart as a witness. Upadrashtaya Nanumanta, you are the supreme witness of every action. And therefore, all the living entities, animals, humans, demigods, they are covered by the modes of material nature. I am taking shelter of you to come out of it. And then he describes that how Supreme Lord is a Lord of everything. Whatever you see in this world, it is coming from Krishna only. He says, the fire is said to be your face, O my Lord. Earth is your feet. Sun is like your eye. The ocean, the sky is your navel. The four directions, they are like the sense of hearing. And that's how he goes on describing the various things of the creation. How they are Virat Roop of the Lord. So basically he's describing how this entire universe is actually your manifestation only. The trees, the plants, they are like the hairs on your body, O my Lord. The cloud is like the hairs on your head. The mountains are like your bones. In this way he glorifies. And then he says, O my Lord, all the three worlds, they originate from you. And then he describes, he worships the eternal forms of the Lord. Yani yani harupani kridanartam vibharshihi tair amrishta shucho loka muda gayanti te yashah. Yani yani hi rupani. O my Lord, to enjoy various pastimes, you appear in various transcendental incarnations. Why? Tair amrishta shucho loka. People in this world, they are really in distress. They are unhappy, especially your devotees. To give happiness to your devotees, muda gayanti. To give happiness to your devotees, you appear in this world. That's the purpose of Lord's appearance. He appears so that the living entities and devotees, they get a chance to glorify him. He performs so many pastimes so that living entities can get a chance to get connected to Krishna. Yad yad dhyata urugaya vibhavayanti tattad vapu pranayase sadanugrahaya. Whatever form a devotee is attached to, Krishna appears in that form. And then he offers obeisances to so many incarnations. He says, I offer my obeisances to you in the form of Matsya. You appeared and you killed this demon. And you appeared as Hayagriva. You killed Madhu and Kaitab. And you appeared as Kurma. And you supported the Mandar mountain. You appeared as Varaha. And you lifted Mother Earth from the Garbhodak. You appeared as Narsimhadev and you tore apart. You killed the demon Hiranyakashipu. You protected your saintly devotee Prahlad. You appeared as Vamanadev and you stepped over the three worlds. You appeared as Lord Parshuram and highlighted the Kshatriyas 21 times all over the world. You appeared as Lord Ram. You killed the very, very powerful demon Ravan. I offer my obeisances, he says, to you, O Lord of the Sattvatas. You are the source of Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. You only appear in the form of Buddha, and in Kali Yuga you will appear as Kalki. And then, after describing the Lord in this way, praising the Lord, now Akrura is lamenting. Why? He is lamenting for those who do not take to the shelter of Krishna. They do not worship Krishna. So he says, Oh my Lord, living entities, they are bewildered by material energy. Because they are in the conception of I and mine, aham and mameti, they are wandering in this cycle of birth and death. And out of his humility, he says, Oh my Lord, I am also deluded in this way. I am also thinking foolishly, oh, this is my body, my wife, my children, my family, my property. I am thinking like this. That is the mentality of a materialist. Akrura is humbly submitting himself as a materialist, a pure devotee of the Lord. That is the natural humility which comes Atma Jaya Suta Gar Pashu Dravin Bandhushu Rajye Cha Vikale Nityam Virudam Mamatam Jaho. So very difficult to give up. The attachment to the body, wife, children, property, wealth, relatives, so very difficult. But devotee, he is not possessive. He does not have a possessive mentality. He is akinchana. And that's why Krishna is called akinchana vittaya. He is the property, he is the wealth of the impoverished. Those devotees who do not have the possessive mentality, they can possess Krishna. And therefore Akrura says, because of the mistake of thinking that temporary is eternal, a living entity keeps wandering. This body is temporary, but living entity keeps wandering because he seeks pleasure in that which is temporary. He says, just as a fool, overlooks a reservoir of water which is covered by grass and runs after a mirage. The water is there, but it is covered by grass. And he thinks, oh, there is no water, is running after mirage. What is the result? He will keep running and die. Living entities in this world, they are forgetting the cool nectar of Krishna Katha, Harinam, and they are running after the mirage of sense gratification. Krishnanga Lavanyapur Madhur Hoite Sumadhur. That's the beauty of Krishna. Aho aho bhir nakaler viduyate sudha sudhara madhuram pade pade. Dine dine chandana chandra shitalam yasho yashoda tanayasya kiyate. Living entity in this world is suffering because of the heat of material existence. Davanala, samsara davanala lidhaloka. Only one thing can give relief. Yashobhir tanayasya giyate. Aho ahobhir nakaler viduyate sudha sudhara. The pastimes of Krishna, they are like the rivers of nectar. And if somebody forgets this, and is running after the mirage of material existence, he can never be happy. So therefore, Akrura says, my intelligence is crippled. I'm not able to understand. I cannot control my mind. And that's why I'm running towards material desires. Very instructive, prayers Akrura is offering here. The more our mind is attracted towards sense desires, the more Krishna Katha will not look attractive. And, after practicing for many years, it becomes very subtle. We will not be attracted towards the gross things, but the subtle anarthas, the desire for name, fame, prestige, may be very deeply rooted. Andhasya merita vivek mahadhanasya chaurai prabho malibhirindriyanamadheyah mohandakupakuhare vinipatitasya devesha dehi kripanasya karavalambam. So Mukundmala Stotra, King Kulakshikar is praying, Andhasya, may I have become blinded. Rita Vivek, my intelligence is stolen by the thieves. Who are those thieves? Chaurai Prabho Balibhirindriyana Madheyah. The senses are the thieves. And I have become blind. I have lost the vision. And therefore, Mohandhakupa Kuhare Vinipatitasya, I have fallen in the deep, dark well of material existence. Oh my Lord, now I am taking your shelter. Please help me, protect me. And then ultimately Akrura, he surrenders himself to the lotus feet of the Lord. Soham tavangrupagatosmi ashatam durapam tachapyaham bhavadanugraha isha manye pumso bhavediyarhi samsmaranapavargas tvayabjanabha sadupasanayamati syat. He says, so now, oh my Lord, I am approaching Tava Angri. I am approaching your lotus feet, and your lotus feet, they are like the boat, which can take one across this Durapam, very difficult ocean of material existence. Your lotus feet can take one, they are like the boat. Therefore, I think there is nobody, there is nothing else which can take a living entity across this material existence. Only if you show mercy, only by mercy. How Lord will show mercy? When He sees our sincere endeavors, then Lord will show mercy. Anugraha, Bhavad Anugraha. Ultimately, everything is possible only by the mercy of the Lord. And therefore, samsara na apavarga. Then only once material life can be finished. Pavarga means material existence. Apavarga means liberation. So only when Lord shows mercy, then the material existence can be finished. Therefore, O my Lord, O lotus-naveled Lord, you know how one can develop such consciousness? Now, Krura is coming to the basic understanding. He says, only by serving your devotees one can develop this understanding. What understanding? That Lord's mercy is only way. That is also understanding which is required. As Maitreya, he says, Vidura is telling to Maitreya that only by your service the knowledge will become realization. You know. So he says that Ratiraso bhavet tivra padayor vyasanardana. Only by your service the knowledge will become realization. The knowledge of Lord's mercy is the only hope. This is the knowledge. But many times we forget this knowledge because it does not go deep inside the heart. That knowledge will become realization when we serve the devotees of the Lord. Athapite deva padambujadvaya prasadaleshanugrihita evahi janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno nachanya eko pichiram vichinvan prasadalesha anugrihita eva. By a drop of mercy of the Lord, one can cross this ocean of material existence. So Akrura is basically saying, Oh my Lord, I am surrendering unto you. And only by your mercy this is possible. Oh, when Lord may say, but when will you get that mercy? Akrura is saying, when I will get the shelter of the lotus feet of the devotees, then I'll get your mercy, O my Lord. The mercy of the devotees is the first step in advancement on Krishna consciousness. Everything starts with that. If we think that on our own we can advance in Krishna consciousness, we are making a fool of ourselves. Not possible to advance in Krishna consciousness on our own. Satam Kripa is the first thing. Then everything follows. Then Shraddha increases. The Bhaktilata Bij is given by the devotee of the Lord. That will grow by the mercy of the devotee. And then he offers his respects to the Supreme Lord. Namo Vijnana Matraya Sarva Pratyaya Hetave Purushesha Pradhanaya Brahmane Ananta Shaktaye. I offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Lord, who is pure knowledge, who is the master of this material nature. I offer my obeisances unto you, O my Lord. You are the son of Vasudeva. You are the master of the mind. You are the master of the senses. And therefore, please protect your surrendered devotees. So this is the end of this chapter. And then, 41st chapter, Krishna and Balram enters Mathura. So now, Krishna is entering Mathura. Now, Mathura Leela is going to start. Vrindavan Leela is over. The pastimes of Vrindavan are over now. Now Krishna is going to perform so many pastimes in Mathura and later in Dwarka. That will form the remaining half of the 10th canto. So first 40 chapters, they are Vrindavan pastimes. And now the Mathura pastimes are starting. So Shukdev Goswami continues that Akrura, as he was offering his prayers to the Supreme Lord Krishna, he saw a beautiful vision. Krishna and Ananta Shesha, he started offering prayers. And as he was still offering his prayers, Krishna withdrew that vision. Everything disappeared. And Akrura became really anxious. Just like a actor winds up his, performance after the drama is over. So Krishna had put a whole drama was over. Suddenly he wound everything up. So anyways, Akrura came to his senses, external senses. He was in ecstasy. He came to his external consciousness. He completed his rituals, offered prayers to the Lord, and came back to the chariot. As he reached the chariot, Krishna asked, he said, Akrura, have you seen something wonderful? It seems so. You have seen something very wonderful either in the sky or in the water or in the earth. Because by looking at you, we can sense that something wonderful you must have seen. So Akrura says, oh my Lord, all wonderful things are within you only. I am seeing you. What else, what else is there to see? You are the most wonderful thing, in the entire cosmic manifestation. You are the supreme absolute truth. So I'm seeing you, my Lord. That's the most wonderful thing. And then, at the end of the day, as the sun was setting, about to set, Krishna, Balram, and Akrura, they reach Mathura. On the way, wherever they passed through so many villages, small villages. All the residents of those villages, they came out to have darshan of Krishna and Balram. They were so very overwhelmed by the beauty of Krishna. They could not withdraw their eyes. They just kept looking, drinking the nectar of Krishna's beauty. Netre pibantyo, they were drinking the nectar of Krishna's beauty. And although Nand Maharaj and other cowherd men, they were coming in the bullock carts, but they reached early. They reached Mathura early. How? Because of two reasons. When Nand Maharaj and all the cowherd men, they saw that chariot of Akrura is running very swiftly. So they gave up their main path and they took a shortcut. And secondly, because Akrura had to take bath and then he got delayed because of the whole vision and offering prayers. So Nanda Maharaj and all the other cowherd men, they reached early. And they were waiting for Krishna to reach. So then when Krishna and Balram, they reached, they joined with Nanda Maharaj. And then Krishna told Akrura that, oh Akrura, please take this chariot and go ahead and enter Mathura. I will come later. I want to take some rest. There is a nice garden outside. In the outskirts of Mathura, there was a nice garden. So Krishna said, I'll take rest here for some time and then we'll go to see the city. You enter alone Mathura. When Akrura, he heard this, he was so very disturbed. He said, oh my Lord, I cannot enter Mathura without you. It's not fair for you to do like this. You are my Lord. I cannot stay without you. How can you abandon me? Agachayam gehanna sanathan kurvadhokshaja sahagraja sagopalai suridbhischa surittama. So he gives a proposal. Oh my Lord, you know what you can do? I'll not go to Kamsa. I'll not tell about your arrival. You all please come and stay at my home tonight. Along with your brother, along with your cowherd men, cowherd friends, everybody. I have enough space in my home. Because Vira was also staying in palace. He said, I have enough space. You all can please take rest. Take nice food I will not announce to Kamsa. Anyways, how can I announce that he is going to die day after tomorrow? You know, I'll not tell Kamsa. And I'll not be fearful of Kamsa also. Don't think I'll be fearful of Kamsa, because I have seen in the Yamuna your powers. Great, great devatas were worshipping you. You are Supreme Lord, so why should I fear? And then he says, Oh Krishna, I am an ordinary householder. Please come to my home. Please purify my home. You know, by the dust of your lotus feet, my home, my ancestors, my sacrificial fires, and the devatas, everybody will be purified. Please come. And that river Ganga is emanating from your lotus feet. Lord Shiva is putting that river Ganga on his head, and he is becoming more auspicious. You know, Shiva Shibobhut. Shiva becomes more auspicious. And by the grace of that water, the sons of Sakara were delivered. So therefore, please come to my place. Deva Deva Jagannatha Punya Shravana Kirtana Yaduttamatma Shloka Narayana Namostute. Dev Dev, O my Lord, you are the master of the universe. Your glories are all auspicious. Punya Shravana Kirtana, they are worth hearing. Yadu Uttama Uttamaha, O best of the Yadus, whose name and fame is counted in choicest poetry. Uttama Shloka. Narayan, you are the same Narayan. Supreme Lord said, Krishna said, I will come to your home, but not now. First, I will kill Kamsa. I have to satisfy my friends. I have to satisfy my dynasty by killing the sinful Kamsa. So when Akrura heard this, he became so very sad, but ultimately what he could do, he left alone. He entered the city with a heavy heart and told Kamsa about the arrival of Krishna. And then, Krishna and Balram that day evening, they went to see the city of Mathura. And then Shukdev Goswami describes in great detail about the Mathura city. Because, Krishna and Balram, they were coming from village. So village people generally, when they come to city, they want to see, what is there in the city? Big, big buildings and wonderful places. So Krishna and Balram, they're also, going on a tour of Mathura city. So in the Mathura city, the Lord saw the very tall gates of Mathura city, and the houses, the entrances, they were made up of crystals, bedecked with gold. Main doors were made up of gold, and there were various pleasing gardens and parks, and the intersections in Mathura, they were fashioned with gold, just like we have cement in between the tiles, there was gold even in the main street. That was the opulence of Mathura. Beautiful palaces, beautiful mansions, guide halls, buildings, and not only that, Mathura was full of beautiful birds chirping, peacocks and cuckoos and turtle doves. They were resounding, wonderful, sound. The whole Mathura was full of that sound. And these birds, they would stand on the windows, and the windows were studded with gems. They were studded with diamonds, rubies, and the balconies were very nicely fashioned. Ornate rafts were there, very wonderfully decorated. This Mathura city was, Vaikuntha, like Vaikuntha. We hear the description. So that is the beauty of Mathura also. Even the balconies were, bedecked with diamonds, Vaidurya stones, crystals, lapis lazuli, sapphires, corals. So Krishna is looking at the beauty of Mathura. All the royal avenues, wherever Krishna went, because it was evening time. In the evening time, the residents of Mathura, they would sprinkle the water. so that the dust may settle. And then there were beautiful flower gardens and beautiful trees and groves, and the grains were spread everywhere. Grains and rice were scattered everywhere. It is auspicious, considered auspicious. And then on the doorways there were the festoons and the toran, as they say, of the mango leaves. There were flags and the lamps burning in the rows. Very beautiful description of Mathura is there. And when the ladies of Mathura came to know that Krishna and Balram has come, so 3 verses, Shukdev Goswami describes the scene as 2 boys, they entered Mathura, all the ladies, all the women of Mathura, they climbed either to the rooftops or they came, on the roads. The same description is, it comes when Krishna enters Dwarka after in the first canto. After leaving Hastinapur, he comes to Dwarka. Rajmarge gate Krishne Dwarkayam kulastriyah harmyani aruruhur vipra tadikshana mahotsavah. Tadikshana mahotsava, just looking at Krishna is a festival for the eyes. That is Netrotsava, that is a festival for the eyes. And all the Mathura ladies, as soon as they came to know that Krishna and Balram has come, immediately whatever they were doing, they left. Just like the gopis, when they would hear the flute of Krishna, they would leave everything. The Mathura ladies, they left everything. Some ladies were wearing their ornaments and cloths. They, put their cloths backwards. Some ladies, they put their ornaments only on one side of the body. They forgot to wear on the other sides, ankle bells and bangles. Some ladies, they were putting kajal, makeup. They put on one eye and they heard, oh, Krishna has come. They left. Did not put on the other eye also. Some were sleeping. But when they heard the commotion, they also got up and immediately they rushed towards, the streets. Some were taking care of the children. They were feeding milk. They put their child down and they went to see Krishna. Manansitasam arvinda lochana pragalbalila hasitavalokai jahar matta duviradendra vikramo drisham dadashri ramanatmanotsavam. Manansi arvinda lochanaha, the lotus-eyed Lord, captivated the hearts, the minds of all these ladies. Pragalbha Leela hasitavalokai. Pragalbha Leela, by manifesting such wonderful pastimes, by smiling in such a beautiful way, he attracted the minds of all the gopis and all the Mathura ladies. And just like these Krishna and Balram, when they were walking, they walked like a elephant. The gait was like an elephant, regal gait, And just to look at the beauty of Krishna, it was like a festival. Ramana Atmana Utsava. It was a festival for the eyes, Utsava. Mathura ladies, because they had heard of Krishna a lot, their desire to see Krishna was so much, That is the glory of hearing about Krishna. When we hear about Krishna, we develop a desire to be with Krishna, to experience Krishna. So therefore, this hearing is very, very important. That's what happened with Rukmini. That's what happened with the Brahman Patnis. Rukmini is described. Saupashrutya mukundasya rupa virya gunashriya grihagatam giyamane tammene sadrashimpati. So Rukmini Devi, she had heard so many glories of Krishna from the sages who would come to her father's palace. Just by hearing those sages, she decided स्तम मेने सदृशम पति, शादी करूंगी तो इनसे ही करूंगी, he'll be my husband, निषिध्यमाना पतिभिर्भ्रातृभिर्बन्धुभिः भगवती उत्तम श्लोके दीर्घ श्रुत धृताशयाः. The Brahman Patnis, they had heard for a long time. That's why they could give up everything. So therefore, these ladies, they had heard about Krishna and they were so very happy. Now they were getting a chance to see Krishna, the beautiful smiling face of Krishna. And they wanted to embrace Krishna. So with their eyes, they allowed Krishna to enter their hearts and they embraced Krishna in their hearts. Just by that, all the ecstatic symptoms manifested in these Mathura ladies. They were crying tears, they were trembling, they were fainting, they were not even able to speak, they were choked. They forgot all the distress because they were in separation from Krishna since so many years. They forgot all the distress. They became so very happy. Their faces, they were blooming with affection. And and those ladies who had climbed on the rooftops, they started showering flowers. And in this way, they started glorifying the gopis. They said, these gopis, they have performed such austerity that they were drinking this beauty of Krishna every day. Uchu paura ho gopya stapa kim acharantamat yahi etavanu pashyanti naraloka mahotsavav. So they are exclaiming, oh, these gopis, they must have performed unlimited austerities that they were getting a chance to look at Krishna's beauty every day. And then these Brahmanas came, and the Brahmanas, they were standing on the roadways, on the sides, and they offered the Lord all the worship. With various paraphernalia, they offered presentations of yogurt, barley, corn, and then they offered garlands, chandan paste, sandalwood paste. This way they also worshipped. And then, as Krishna and Balram, they were walking, they met an arrogant washerman. So far, Shukdev Goswami described the joy of good citizens. Now he is describing the reaction of the wicked citizens. So this particular washerman, he was, associate of Kamsa. And when he saw Krishna and Balram, so Krishna and Balram, when they saw this washerman, they asked for some cloths. Because he was described as a washerman who would dye the clothes also. Rajaka and Rangakar. So somebody may ask, but why Krishna asked for the old clothes? Means somebody must have used the clothes which this washerman was carrying. Jiva Goswami says, no. Actually, this washerman, he would sell cloths also. So he had some new cloths, and when Krishna asked, just to deceive Krishna, he said, no, these cloths belong to Kamsa. Actually, they were new cloths. He was going to sell them. But he did not want them to give to Krishna. So therefore, he just told the wrong thing. So Krishna, he requested, oh washerman, please give us the charity of these cloths. And if you give us the charity, you will get great boons. Washerman, as soon as he heard this request from Krishna and Balram, he became so very angry. He started chastising Krishna and Balram. Idrishyanyeva vasamsi nityam giri vanecharaha paridhatta kim udavritta raja dravyana bhipsata. So he says, how can you are so impudent, you are staying in forest, you are a forest dweller. How can you even think of asking these royal cloths? Udvritta means you are impudent. You are staying in the forest and asking for the cloths, royal cloths. So, as always happens, Mother Saraswati, she cannot tolerate the blasphemy. So another meaning is given. Udavritta means Utkrishta Vritta. So actually what this washerman is saying, oh boys of excellent behavior, you are staying in the wonderful Vrindavan and Govardhan. How can you wear such ordinary material clothes? You are coming from spiritual world. How can you wear all these ordinary clothes? Why do you want to wear the clothes of an impure king? So this washerman continues. He says, fools, you get out of here quickly. And if you beg like this, you know what will happen? The men, the soldiers of Kamsa, if they come to know, they will come, they will arrest you and they'll kill you. Actually, another meaning is given. So this washerman, actually what he's saying, oh Lord, if I give you these cloths, you know what will happen? These people of Kamsa, they will come and they'll arrest me and they'll kill me. They'll loot everything what I have. So please, do not ask for these cloths. You know what will happen? Just like you claimed only for 3 steps of land, and you took everything from Bali. This is what will happen to me also. If I'll give you these few cloths, I will lose everything of mine. So that is what is described. But when Krishna heard this, he became so very angry. Evam vikathamanasya kupito devaki sutah rajakasya karagrena shira kayadapatyagat. He became so very angry. Just with the tip of his fingers, he touched the neck of this washerman. And the washerman was beheaded. And as soon as this happened, all the assistants of washerman, they dropped everything and they ran. So Krishna and Balram, they chose whatever the clothes they liked and they distributed to their friends also, and then they continued. And then they came upon a weaver. And this weaver, he had such affection for the Lord. So this weaver, what he did, he gave them nice cloths, and then he gave some cloth ornaments, not ornaments made up of metal. So Jiva Goswami says, you know why he gave cloth ornaments? Because he knew that, now they are going to do a wrestling match. And if they are wearing metal ornaments, because in wrestling match, the limbs are pressed. And if Krishna and Balram are wearing metal ornaments, they'll hurt. So therefore he gave cloth ornaments. So being dressed in such a wonderful way, Krishna and Balram, they were looking so very beautiful, and they were walking like a pair of young elephants. A white elephant and a black elephant. They were decorated for this. Just like an elephant is decorated for a festival. So Krishna and Balram, they were looking like elephants, they were decorated for such a wonderful festival. Just by this act of weaver, of giving ornaments and putting nice cloths on Krishna, Krishna became so very happy. Tasya prasanno bhagavan pradat sarupyamatmanah shriyam cha paramam loke bala ishwarya smritindriyam. Can you imagine the extent of benediction Krishna is giving causelessly, without even being asked? So Krishna is giving the benediction of Sarupya Mukti. Sarupyam Pradat. He gave the Sarupya Mukti. Not only that, after this life he'll be getting Sarupya Mukti. What about this life? Shriyam cha paramam loke. He gave all the prosperity to this weaver, along with the bala, physical strength, Aishwarya, influence, is smriti, memory, and sensory powers. That's how after blessing Weaver, they moved ahead, and the two lords, they went to a home of a garland maker named Sudama. So this Sudama, as soon as he saw Krishna and Balram, he was also a great devotee. At once he got up and he bowed down in front of the Lord and offered his respects. He offered them a nice seat, washed their feet, and he worshipped them with nice paraphernalia. He offered arghya, he gave nice garlands, and then he offered pan, sandalwood paste, and so many other things. And Sudama, he said, "Oh my Lord, today my birth is successful. Pranasarthakam janma pavitam cha kulam prabho pitridevarshayo mahyam tushta hiyagamane navam." Oh my Lord, today my birth is sanctified. Today my family is sanctified. Today my ancestors are sanctified. My demigods, the sages, they are pleased with me. Because tushta hi agamane navam. Because you have entered my home. Certainly, today is the most auspicious day. Krishna and Balram may say, "Why are you praising us? We are the sons of Nanda." He says, "No, no, no, no. You are not the sons of Nanda. You are the cause of this universe. You are the maintainer. You are the creator. You are the source of everything. This whole world is coming from you. You are the well-wishing friend and super soul of everyone. You are never partial. You are equal to everyone." And therefore he says, "Oh my Lord, please order me. How can I serve you? I'll do whatever you wish. Please ask." And Sudama, after telling this, requesting the Lord in this way, he understood what Lord Krishna and Balram wants. So without even asking, Sudama, he gave beautiful garlands made up of various fragrant flowers, colorful flowers. He gave nice garlands to Krishna and Balram. And Krishna and Balram, when they got this garland, they were so very happy. They were so very pleased. So they said, "Oh Sudama, please ask whatever you desire. All your desires will be fulfilled. Please ask." So now, what Sudama is going to ask this garland maker, that is very interesting. That shows what is the caliber of this person. If a materialistic person is offered such benediction, what he'll ask? Just like Hiranyakashipu, what he asked. Sudama, what he is asking? "Sopi vavre chalitam bhaktim tasminneva akhilatmani tadbhakteshu cha sauhardam bhuteshu cha dayam param." He says, "Oh my Lord, give me three things. Achala bhakti. Please give me unalloyed devotional service unto your lotus feet. Please give me friendship to your devotees and compassion for all the living beings." If you remember, in the first canto, Parikshit Maharaj also asked for the same three things. He also asked, "Punascha bhuyad bhagavati anante rati prasanga chadadashrayeshu mahatsuyamya mupayami srishtim maitrestu sarvatra namo dujebhya." He also asked for the same thing. "O sages, if I have to come back in this world, please give me three benedictions. Bhagavati anante rati, intense attachment for the Supreme Lord. Prasangat chatadasrayeshu, please give me association of your devotees. Maitrestu sarvatra namo dujebhya, compassion for living entities." This is a recurrent theme. These three things, Vaishnava Seva, Jiva Daya, and Namruchi. These are the three things which are the pillars of our devotional service, devotional life. When Kuvera appeared in front of Dhruva and he asked for benediction, because Dhruva was killing all the yakshas because one of the yakshas killed his brother. And somehow Swayambhu Manu intervened and he stopped. Kuyara became very happy. He asked, please tell, whatever benediction you'll have, I'll fulfill. So what did Dhruva ask? He also asked for the same thing. He said, Harau savavre achalitam smritiyaya taratyatnena duratyam tamaha. Sarajaraje navaraya chodito dhruvo mahabhagavato mahamati harau savavre chalitam smritim yayau taratyayatnena duratyayam tamaha. So he also asked for the same thing because he was Mahabhagavat and Mahamati. An intelligent devotee never asks for anything material. He only asks for three things: Vaishnav Seva, Jivadaya, and Namruchi. That's what this Sudama is asking. And Lord, he was so very pleased. You know what Lord gave? Iti tasmai varam dattva shriyam chanvayavardhinim balam mayu yasha kantim nirjagama sahagraja. So not only Lord gave this benediction, along with that he gave ever increasing prosperity for his family. He gave all the strength, long life, fame and beauty. What else do we need? When Krishna is pleased, he not only gives pure devotional service, he gives everything to his devotee. That's what he gave to Prahlad. Prahlad, I give you everything, but you have to rule this earth for so many millions of years. That's what he gave to Dhruva. Because Lord likes to give benedictions to his devotees. So he also gave such benediction to Sudama Brahman. And then after that, he, along with Balram, he took leave. So, that is the end of this chapter. We'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Krishna Bhagavan ki jai.